Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekak, Wadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, today the Spirit has me in Psalm 140, the first verse. It says, "Deliver me, O Yahawah, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man." All right, we know who that's speaking of, Esau, Edom, right? Because the evil man is that so-called white man. The violent man is the so-called white man. All right, that's why he took the Americas from the northern kingdom by violence. Okay, verse 2. "Which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually they are gathered for war." And that's the thing of this, that's a characteristic of this Edomite. He loves to be in war. You had, even now, the last two presidents, you had Donald Trump, which proclaimed him to be a wartime president, and Joe Biden also proclaiming to be a wartime president. And really, these guys are always at war because that's their blessing. It's the sword, you see. And the wicked elite, they finance both sides of these wars that happen because it's profitable for them, okay? So that's another reason. There's always clues in these scriptures showing you who this violent, wicked, evil man is. And who is it? It's the so-called white man. He's continually gathered for war, like we're reading right here. You see? They have this is verse 3. "They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips," right? So, yeah, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Selah. And that's the characteristic of the so-called white man. All right? They have those poisonous lips, meaning venom. Because remember, he's the serpent that was deceiving Eve in the garden. And to this day, he's still deceiving Eve in the garden, which is America. Right? Because he lifts up our women, exalts them, gives them all these liberties, and now they don't want to be submissive. They don't want to be servants. They don't want to be women to their men. Here in Babylon, America. Instead, they want to run the show. They want to call the shots. They want to rule over their husbands. Right? It's got a precept in Maccabees just showing you how the characteristic of these devils, the so-called white man. First Maccabees 1:30, it says, "And spake," this talking about Edomites, it says, "And spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel." All right? So he has soft words, speaks peaceable words, but in his heart he's full of deceit. All right? And that's why we don't trust our enemies. Psalm 140 and verse 4, it says, "Keep me, O Yahawah, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent men who have purposed to overthrow my goings." And, we know he's going to come down with great wrath, especially against the prophets. He's going to develop an occasion to come up against us, right? Because he doesn't like the work we do. He doesn't like being exposed and us showing you who he is according to the Bible. So-called white man, he's aware of the prophets standing on our feet, right? With this truth. He doesn't like it one bit. Let me just grab this because it keeps popping in my head. Revelation 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So he's going to come down with great wrath on us because he knows that he has a short time. So we'll go back to Psalm 140, and I'm at verse 5. This is another characteristic. He's proud. It says, "The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me." Right? So that's the Esau Edom. And his traps are dealing with his religions, dealing with his his strange laws that he brings against us, knowing that he creates laws that cause the Israelites to break the laws of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. And a perfect example is that jump shot. We're not supposed to make cuttings in our flesh, but here he comes with that, making it a making it mandated that you take that so you can, in order for you to function in his society. And of course, that's the predecessor for his MOTB, Mark of the Beast, RFID CHIP. That's also against the law, right? We are not supposed to take that. The hour of temptation, that he's going to try the whole earth with, is that RFID CHIP. You're not going to be able to buy or sell, meaning you're not going to be able to function in his society unless you have that mark, unless you take that RFID CHIP. So that's another example of his nets and his gins and his traps. And it's only going to work on the 2/3, because the elect are going to know better, right? Because we always bring it out, Matthew 24:24. "For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets that shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." And so it's not possible to deceive the elect. Yeah, you'll be able to put a CHIP in the 2/3 in the other heathen, but you're not going to deceive the elect. We're what is it? 2 Corinthians 2:11. Let me see if that's it. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Yep, that's the spirit. "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And that's why the elect is not going to be deceived, because we're not ignorant of his devices. We're not going to take that RFID CHIP, all right? And I keep saying it just for edification. Let's grab it real quick. Revelation 13:16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Talking about the RFID CHIP in this verse. And Esau Edom, the devil who's coming down with great wrath because he knows he has but a short time, he's already manifested the technology for these for this mark, right? Verse 17, let's read it. "And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 666. Okay, dealing with, for right now, the UPC symbol, that UPC code, the barcode represents 666. And also, it's going to be that's the patent for that RFID CHIP. All right, it's literally got those numbers at the end of the number of the patent on the CHIP. It's 60606. So it's plain as day to the elect. All right, you're not gonna. That's why you can't deceive the elect, because we know what the mark of the beast is. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell unless you have that. And he's going to, like it says right here in 16, it's going to either be in your right hand or in your forehead. There's, let me grab this real quick. He already has the technology, and it's already been approved by the FDA. This was 4 days ago. Shows you how close we are to this prophecy. Let's read it a little bit. They'll read the title. Elon Musk Neuralink has FDA approval to put chips in human brains. Here's what's next. You see? Neuralink, the tech startup co-founded by Musk, also wants to embark on a fantastic voyage into the brain. 2 weeks ago, the company announced it had gained approval from the Food and Drug Administration to begin trials to implant brain chips in humans. We don't know when the trials will begin, but there's plenty of buzz around Neuralink's development of a brain-computer interface. Neuralink's valuation has risen to about $5 billion from $2 billion 2 years ago, Reuters reported this week. So you get the point. You can read this article. Go seek it out on the internet. Go search it out. Read it for yourself. But, the point is made. I'll read it again. Revelation 13 and 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great," meaning rich or poor, so everybody, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So what is it? The mark in your right hand, they already have people. Just look it up in Sweden. A lot of those Swedish people have the C-hip in their right hand. This is, or in their foreheads. That's what we just read about, that Neuralink. All right. I'm sure there's going to be other companies and other organizations that have their own chip. It's not all going to be Neuralink, but Neuralink obviously is like a pioneer when it comes to this forehead CHIP. All right. So let's go back to Psalm 140 and verse 6. And you know what? I'm going to read for a little bit. It says, King David was saying, "Keep me, O Yahawah, from the hands of the wicked." You see that? So, because he knew the future, he was a prophet. He knew that in the future, that he knew, and through the reincarnation, regeneration, that he was going to be in this time dealing with this crisis, or whatever you want to call it, that we all have to face. It says in Revelation 3 and 10, Yahweh Shai speaking, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation," which the hour of temptation is when this so-called white man has your back against the corner and you have to choose, do you take the chip or do you get thrown in a prison or a FEMA camp or put to death? All right? So that's the hour of temptation, because you're going to be tempted to take it if you're not the elect. You will take it. The elect will be tempted, but they're not going to take it. They're going to become martyrs. Some of us meaning we're going to die for our faithfulness. Okay, it says, "Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." Remember, we read all. It says here, all the world. We read in Revelation 13 and 16. It said it was going to try. Well, let's go back to it. All the world, and so it's going to be. Everyone's going to have to deal with this situation. It says, "And he causeth all," meaning all the world, "both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." You see? That's why King David was saying, "Keep me from the hands of the wicked." Because, he understood reincarnation. He understood regeneration. He knew that he would be facing this hour of temptation in these last days. All right? And, King David was through the spirit King Masha, all right, which he's in the spirit world. But the point is reincarnation, regeneration is true and real. Well, Psalm 140 and let's see, verse 6. I said unto Yahawah, Thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplication, O Yahawah, meaning hear my prayer. Supplication is another word for prayer. Verse 7. O Yahawah, O the Most High Yahawah, the strength of my salvation, Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Yahawah, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Selah. See, so he was praying, like, keep me from that wicked device, keep my heritage from that wicked device. And the Esau Edom, he's had several wicked devices, right? The internet is an example. Breaks up families, fucks people up mentally, spiritually. The so-called white man, he's got so many different wicked devices and different witchcrafts and different snares and traps that fucks our people up. And King David knew about this, you see. And so does the elect. We're not deceived by the wicked. Verse 9. As for the head of those that compass about me, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. All right. And another wicked device is going to be the waster, that meaning the missiles. The nuclear missiles. That's gonna be those deep pits and cause them not to rise up again, because that weapon is going to fall on their own head. Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know that Yahawah will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. See, that's the faith we have. We know that Yahawah is going to keep us from this hour of temptation, and we're going to be, we're going to receive salvation before the last wicked device happens, which are those missiles. Meaning we're going to go up in so-called UFOs, chariots of Yahawah, for our salvation. The elect will go up in what you call UFOs before the nuclear missiles start hitting the planet Earth, and more specifically Babylon, America. The whore that the heathen are going to burn. Talks about that in Revelation. Verse 13, surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name, or the upright shall dwell in thy presence. All right. That's why you only have the righteous are the only ones calling on the names of Yahawah Bashem Yahushai. That's why it says here, give thanks unto thy name. And the heathen, the 2/3, they're not giving thanks to the name. They're busy calling on God and Jesus or some other, false idol, false religion, false God. But the elect will praise his name. And I'll close on that. Ecclesiasticus 17:10. And the elect shall praise his holy name. All right? So that's what it is, man. We're coming into these times where, if you're not in the fold of Yahawah Bashem Yahushai, you're not going to be kept from that hour of temptation, and you're going to be a victim of taking the wicked devices of the wicked, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. His wicked technology that he wants to put in your right hand or your forehead. So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahawah Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, when I acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.